What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing? Welcome to Next Play Investors. It is Sunday. It is 7:30, and it's time for us to kind of get it together and start talking about some good topics about finance and group economics, everything else that go along with you. We want to invite you out every Sunday to Next Play Investors, where we talk about real estate, stock market, cryptocurrency. We talk about everything to make passive income, group economics, and we and anything that can actually make us more money. Sorry about the stuttering. It's just a long day, and we're gonna get started here. We got to get over to the other room where all the other investors at and all the other people watching their Facebook. So we definitely want to make sure we get everything together, have a good time. Join us on Facebook. Join us on YouTube. Watch us. Check us out. We got different content coming. We're building a group of people to be able to teach everything about passive income, how to grow money, how to play in the stock market, how to deal with all kinds of different things. So we definitely want to invite you out to the group. Let's get over here and see what's going on with everybody else and then go from there.
Y'all be raising y'all hand.
We trying to keep it a cordial.
I didn't-
Trying to follow the rules when we can. You know.
Hey, what I want to know is
Uh-huh.
what
What's up?
Martinez gonna do. He always rolling here late, man.
Hey man, what's going on with y'all, man? What's going on, man? Oh,
Oh,
All right.
y'all talking about Martinez.
Yeah, did he check in with you today?
I ain't heard from him.
Me
all right.
either.
All
Hey,
right. Martinez, check in with the Next Play Investors because we are live and we need your assistance, sir. So if you out there on social media,
Yeah.
definitely check in with us because
Um.
Martinez gave me a good tip on some banking information
Okay.
last week
Yeah.
when
Oh
he
yeah.
told me he got a letter from Wells Fargo, personal letter, saying that they were canceling his personal line of credit. And the
Well.
last time I saw that happen was back in 07, 08,
And I know. Yep. You
when
are exactly right.
American Express
Yep.
sent me that same letter and
Yep.
said, no, American Express and SunTrust sent me that letter. Saying they were canceling and closing your credit line. And if you had any outstanding credit, it was now considered a loan and you had to pay it. You had to pay it off.
Yep.
And right after that, the money tightened up, the credit tightened up. You weren't able to get all these loans. The rules changed. So
Yep.
definitely
Right.
anticipating that happening very soon.
It's already. You can already see the what you call the footprints in the snow.
Writing on the wall, you got to be really cautious about what's going on. And
Well.
anytime the bank, basically the bank is not lending when they do stuff like that. When they start tightening up on the credit, they'll raise the credit score you have to have in order to get a loan. Change the down payments from 5% to 10%. All that stuff starts to contract, and it just kind of slows the market down. And not saying that we're going to have a crash, but it definitely changes the market. It makes things a little tighter. So just kind of keep that in mind. Also, I heard, did you hear anything about them extending the evictions? I heard they extended the evictions. I know for a fact that Congress had until Sunday to decide, but word on the street from Next Play, I don't want to gossip, but word on the street is that they extended that until the first of the year. The eviction forbearance has been extended. So we got
Now, I hadn't heard anything about that per se. Them extending it because that would make it the second time they extended it. Correct?
I think so. And right here is up until January.
Here's the reason why I don't know if they're gonna do that because they need to get people back in this workforce, man. That's what's really, really hurting a whole lot of the economy stuff right now. Nobody wants to work.
Yeah.
They think they should be getting paid more, which
they should.
enough, minimum wage is way too low. I think.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, I'm
It's
gonna
way too
speak
low.
on that, man. You know, me personally in my business, I've been paying some people higher than what they worth, and you know, I'm all for people getting more pay, but these, you know, a lot of people are not worth what you willing to pay them. Because I mean, I've had some the last couple of weeks of hiring all these new people back into the system. They're not working out, and it's hard to justify it as a business owner to pay somebody more money when they gonna want to do less work. It just don't add up because the productivity, you know, speaking from a business owner standpoint, it's hard to give people all this extra money that they demanding when they don't want to do no more extra work for the money. You know,
Yeah.
because it costs us money to be able to allow people to be able to do that. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
really crazy. I mean, I'm not against nobody making no more money, but I think the people got to also realize, like, at some point in time, you want more money, we got to figure out how to get, you know, productivity is real.
It is. Yeah. I
You know?
mean, I'm in the same boat. Same thing. You know, you work. Basically, I have to slow down to train them, to show them everything, and then I'm gonna turn around and have to pay you more money.
Mm-hmm.
Also, and you only stick around for like 2 weeks, man,
Mm-hmm.
3 weeks, and you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a hard situation to be in, but at the end of the day, that's why you're the business owner. You know.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know that's and then you know I think one of the things we want to talk about today, man, because we already got to talking about it, you know, was credit. I mean, we started talking about it at the beginning of it, but I think our man Slam and Sam had a great video, man. I want to show the people
Oh
tonight.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think everybody, you know what I'm saying, and I think that's what we're gonna. You know, I got another thing, man. Another of the members of the Next Play reached out to me today, and man, we had a long talk, man, probably about a good hour. And you know, I want to tell, you know, we was probably talking about this off camera, but you know, one of them, he called me, man, and we had a great talk because I think he brought up some interesting stuff, and I think, you know, it's really time to kind of switch gears, and we're gonna be looking for more volunteers from the group to help us do that part because he kind of brung up something to me. And he was like, you know, we need to have something to change the mindset of the group where we actually meet and can and get people to commit to let's change one thing and taking action. It was crazy because I've been, you know, some things he's been doing. And so, you know, I'm gonna bring that up later on after we kind of watch the clip and talk about this one thing that I don't even think people ready to hear. I want to shout out to Sam on this one though, cause shoot, I don't know. Let me just make sure y'all can hear. You know what I mean? Because you know, I'm gonna put the video up for everybody, and I want to make sure everybody can hear it and everybody can know what's going on because it's a serious situation. You know what I mean? When you really sit back and listen to what this person is actually saying, you know what I'm saying? Like it's definitely a one for the history book. So you know we gonna get into it here in a second, and
I got to say something real quick.
go ahead.
I'm just reading a little article, and it says that Biden extended it for an additional 30 days. This was posted by the by U.S. Today on June 24th. So he extended it for another 30 days.
Oh, the forbearance, right?
No, the extension on evictions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So evicted. And you know, when that happens, you know, it's going to flood the market again. It's going to flood the court systems because, you know, a lot of landlords have been sitting idle, not getting rent. And of course, this rent is backed up. And here in Georgia, you know, they don't play at all. So
I think,
you know, in other states, but here in Georgia, you know, if you haven't paid your rent, you don't pay, you don't stay. So
yeah.
Well, you know, let me cue this up real quick, and we gonna go back to this because I think we gonna understand all what you saying. This right here, this video is gonna be real powerful. So I'm gonna play this and let everybody see.
I don't own a debit card. I've never owned one. I've never allowed my 3 sons to possess one. Certainly and truly the worst financial tool ever given to the
get
American.
started over, cause I want y'all to hear this one right here. I gotta make sure we got a way to the way to hear it, cause the sound actually has to be outputted to y'all. But what this guy is actually talking about, uh, and I don't want to get into too much now. I'm gonna play it back for y'all so y'all can hear it. Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun. Cause y'all might get a little feedback real quick, but just know what I mean. I'm sorry. Let's see what happened when we cue it up this time.
I don't own a debit card. I've never owned one. I've never allowed my 3 sons to possess one.
Can y'all
Certainly
hear
and
that?
truly the worst financial tool ever given to the American consumer. So a long time ago, I asked myself a simple question: how would I remove 99.9% of my personal liability like that? So I use the safest form of payment that exists on the face of the earth, and that is a credit card. Credit card. Not debit credit, but credit card. Every day of my life, I spend their money. I don't own a debit card. I've never owned one. I've never allowed my 3 sons to possess one. Certainly and truly the worst financial tool ever given to the American consumer. So a long time ago, I asked myself a simple question: how would I remove 99.9% of my personal liability like that? So I use the safest form of payment that exists on the face of the earth, and that is a credit card. Credit card. Not debit credit, but credit card. Every day of my life, I spend their money. I don't spend my money. My money sits in a money market account. It earns interest. If I pay the bill in full or part of the bill, my credit score goes up. So I'm building credit while I'm using that credit card. If tomorrow someone gets my card number and charges $1 million on my credit card by federal law, my liability is zero. I have no liability.
Everybody heard what he said, right? You heard what he said? Yeah, everybody heard what he said. That man said he spend nothing but credit. So we talking about the moratorium on renters. We talking about Stacy posted in there about the bank, how they stopped all the credit on the people. So when we look at it, we really already seeing the next play, cause some's finna shut down. Some's finna shut down because if this one guy, when we tied together, he's saying the safest way to use is credit. Safest thing to use is credit. You don't want to use your own money, but yet they taking the credit away from the people. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. So now when we ask ourselves, all right, so all these like all these extensions on renters, all this extra stuff, how is it gonna create more credit? How is the people's credit being taken and the corporation's credit is being extended? but that's good. Oh yeah, Miss Williams doing. But we good. But but see, that's the thing. I want to put something else up on the screen real quick, and I want to show you what's actually happening in the right now for real. Because there's no shutdown coming. There may be pullbacks in the market where they scared of people with the vaccine for a minute, the drop to get some losses. But these numbers right here, if y'all see them on the screen, if you in the group, 6.5% growth in the economy. So if they're already, and see, these numbers are actually late numbers. Y'all have to know that we only use the official estimates because they're released every quarter at the end of every quarter. So the second quarter just commenced, and they released this was released on the 29th of July. We're August the 1st today. Well, they already tightening up credit on the personal end because now the economy has started back growing. The 6.5% growth in the economy in the second quarter, that's a lot of growth. So automatically they're going to start raising the prices and tightening the credit on the consumers and allowing the businesses to get more credit because they're actually finna pass some more stimulus acts on the business side. The travel industry finna get a stimulus. The hotel industry, they about to pass a stimulus for them, for just the businesses that was affected just out of COVID, just for that particular reason. It's another other economic something. I can't call it out right now because I'm not looking at it. But the credit, I thought it was interesting when Stacey Martinez got together and we were talking about Wells Fargo. But I also found out a lot of other banks are kind of doing it sneakily too. A lot. Hmm? Yeah, a lot of the banks are tightening up personal credit line guidelines, and they're giving the ultra rich higher higher credit limits so they can afford their lifestyle during this same period. So it's the rich get richer and the poor get poorer all over again because what's happening is the consumer, the poor people are growing the economy. It can't to keep everything in the nice tight circle. You're actually seeing a situation where they're like, okay, well the people don't spend all the money now. We gotta make sure the people that created the money have enough money to be able to go create some more money. Where the people at the bottom, we need to take away from them so they'll stop spending before. Like it's a control aspect of the economic cycle. And the crazy part is we get hit first on the consumer side with whatever they decide to do so that the people up top can continue to stay on top. I mean, you look at the stock market. We had all them down days last week where they took money. Then they gave us 2 up days. You still rolling? And, and so, but that okay. So let's because that's what I wanted to figure out. Because that another person said they had a good week last week. Now I got some back. I got some of mine back last week. I ain't gonna say I'm good right now. It's been nasty for me. You know what I mean? Uh, so can you give us a couple of that did a good return without giving us the numbers? Because I'm trying to narrow it down to where I can figure out what what's leading and what's not. And then I'm gonna show y'all something that I showed. See, I'm worried about them. Yeah, I'm worried about them. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, so using energy. Well, I think that's like I said, man. I think that's a great thing. Um, you know what I mean? Because I think everybody need to hear about that, man. Because I think that's what's going on. Big play, man. You quiet over there, man. What's going on with you? Mm-hmm. Digiland, yep, yep. Metaverse, yeah, yep. That's the company Josh was talking about. And so the craziest part about it, you know, there's a couple other companies finna hit the market that's partnering with these same alcohol. Like they finna make it where we gotta prepare. Like that was another thing I wanted to talk about today, where people can go on and start searching on how I search. I want to give away the Edgar database. I don't think anybody knows what Edgar is. I think I shared it with one other person before, but the Edgar database, I want to try to get everybody to start using it if they want to really look up some stuff. Because there's a lot of companies that are coming up online through venture capitalists and backdoor deals that are actually trying to get alcohol where it's delivered. Like it's more than that. That's that one company that is pushing to have alcohol delivery. Like they, yeah, you know what I mean. And that's the thing. There's a couple of companies that are getting. They figured out how to legally get people to sign up for subscriptions to get alcohol delivered to their house. I mean, because in California you get weed delivered to your house. That's not a nationwide thing, but the whole process of after post pandemic of all of us being able to be at home and not having to worry about going out to do anything. You see what I mean? Um, and so this is one of the things. Like I said, that's good, man, because that they partner with Uber. Uber's about to take over a lot of businesses because they got Uber trucking now. They got yeah, they got Uber trucking now. You can yeah, yeah. They got Uber trucking. I mean, it's really crazy. Uber Freight. Uh-huh. Yeah, Uber got Uber Freight. Like Uber is diversifying into a big company that's attached to everything. And it makes sense when you look at Microsoft, when you look at Facebook, they're attached to everything that is about home delivery. I mean, when you got to look at, they went from Uber taking taxis to Uber Eats delivering food, now they're delivering alcohol. I'm pretty sure once it probably rolls out, they'll have a weed dispensary, pill dispensary. I mean, you got Teledoc. So I mean, when you look at Uber, just to say what you just said, I think Uber is a pretty good investment for the future. That it's going to be around and it's going to always be viable because they have so many different branches of Uber as being the main one. And then we also have to look at technology. The reason why Tesla is so evaluated so high is not because they sell cars, because they hold patents. They hold rights to suppliers, the supply chain. They got all the parts available for the EV cars. So they actually are the suppliers that supply all the parts to all the other makers. Even when we see that all the companies are going to EV, you have to know that all the supplies come through Tesla, just like GM and Ford used to do. When you look back at all the parts, and if you needed a motor for whatever company you was, you went to General Motors and Ford to get your motor. When you really sit back and think about it, you go from Cummins and all these, it was all built by and supplied by there. So Uber's gonna be a big player in the future, um, because it ain't going nowhere. And I think that might be something we need to really start looking at and trying to figure out like how to long term bet on Uber. Because I think it really has won the war. Lyft is nowhere to even compete. There's nobody else coming. Well, I want to tell you, I truly think, man, I saw I truly think you're right though. The whole thing with the metals and everything, like the metals are starting to become scarce. The fact that a lot of countries are cutting down on emissions, and it takes a lot to mine. So we're gonna see a shift from polymer to, you look at so many companies invest in 3D printers. With 3D printers, you can, they have industrial 3D printers, and they're making parts from these 3D printers that are much cheaper, much more reliable, made out of more like so-called more energy efficient natural resources that don't hurt the the environment. And so I think that that's what you're gonna see, because it's kind of like when you go into a house now, you see all PVC. When it used to be copper, we're seeing a lot of changes, and like we're a part of right now. We're seeing a lot of changes in the market, and as far as the type of materials that will be valuable. I mean, plastics and carbon and different alloys are actually being created. I mean, you got houses now, as we've seen, guys, they putting cardboard on houses now to make a wall. Yeah, and the rest of it is cardboard. And yeah, people don't even know. Yeah, people don't even know they got cardboard houses. But the crazy part is, how did they get approval to change it like that? Hmm. Man, somebody run through your house. Mm. No, if you buying a new, if you are buying a new house today in this climate, I feel for you. I feel for you. If after what I've seen and the housing values that went up out of the roof, man, you really is buying a tender brick house. What they call it, a tender box house. Thing, man, when that thing go up in smoke, woo, woo, that thing gonna burn so fast. Y'all better be woke. Cause it ain't nothing but car, ain't no fire break. It's all paper, baby. It just shoots. Well, let's talk about this though, because let's talk about this. Why that matters? Because that matters a whole lot. Now we got to think about it. When you got a lot of traders with a little bit of money jumping in and out the market, we got the bro. But let's think about this on the big picture. And we look at how Reddit and retail investors have been able to move the market. Why have they been able to move the market? You got those 20 million people with $20, $30 in their pocket trying to get into the stock market and learn, and they betting on the stocks that the people are talking about, the media propaganda. So it's moving the market because this actually goes into what I was going to talk about in a minute when we was talking about how I look for one of my methods for looking for what's going on in the stock market. And when we go and look at the whales can't jump in and out of trades fast. They have to accumulate. They go buy 1 million shares. They can't go buy 1 million shares on one day. They got to buy 1 million shares over a course of a week or two, because if they buy 1 million shares, it really affects the market. So Robinhood is valued because when you look at it, I'm gonna show you something in a minute. When you look at Robinhood, they got all these traders with so much liquidity that is going to create movement in the market. You know what I mean? If all it takes is Robinhood's platform is so funny because Robinhood give picks of the day, all this stuff that they want to push towards their users. So they can control, it's basically a market maker without making the market because people follow the pack. So when you look at Robinhood puts out, oh, this stock is going to be hot because that's what they're doing. They're trying to help new investors come in and learn how to pick a stock. So whenever they say, oh, this is a hot stock, everybody that's new gonna jump on it because they think it's gonna go up a move. Reddit get behind it. They put a little news media behind it. Those small time traders have moved the market many times this year already at Robinhood. This is why Robinhood shut down so many times, because the small traders were causing so much disruption in the market. So let's go back to this then.
Whether it maintains now, and also next play future, we want to think about when people start going back to work, when the kids start going back to school. That's going to play an effect in the market, and it already has in the option market and in the stock trading market. Is down already. With people returning back to work, all the trading and all that stuff is down. People don't have that time on their hand, which was great opportunity.
Volume, the volume of trading is down.
Yep, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and so that brings it back to the point of everything's finna change. You know what I mean? Because they're tightening. They're already expecting people to go back to work and not think about the market no more. They already think people gonna get so busy. Let's pull all this money out that we can now before we finish. Send them back to work. Send them back to school. Get everything back to normal because at 6.5% in growth in GDP. Listen, man, that's almost a 10% growth in exportables and profit for the United States. That's a lot of money when you think about the billions and trillions of dollars of goods and stuff that's been sold in the second quarter alone. I can go back and pull the first quarter, and the first quarter it was only like 2.3%.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at it, it tripled, well, it doubled. Let's just say it doubled in output just because they've been pushing people back to work. Do you think these people are about to stop letting that number grow? Because then if we have the number decline, it creates a recession. You see what I mean? So if GDP goes for 2 consecutive months, that means it's going to be a recession. And they
Yeah.
can't have a recession on top of trying to get out of the pandemic at the same time. So it's on and popping now, baby. It's on and popping now. Ain't nobody going. Everybody that think they gonna come back home, they gonna shut the. Nope, they not. They on the train has left. The
They're
train
going to
has left.
work.
The train has left the station. Everybody get on the ride, man. Hey, listen, Biden them, look here, man. Y'all going back to work. Yeah, we like y'all, but it's time to go back to work. You know, they're not shutting nothing down. You see the CDC don't walk back. Well, we weren't telling y'all to really wear masks everywhere. Ain't no nationwide mask, man. We were just, if you want to wear a mask. You ain't never heard so many backpedals in your life in the past week. We really didn't say the vaccination wasn't good. Listen, it's full steam ahead. We got to get back to work. We don't spend all this money. We got a deficit. We got bills. Hey,
That's it.
yeah, that's it.
That's it. I mean, you got to understand, people have to go back to work. This is part of the economy.
Yeah.
This is how the economy works.
Yeah.
People got to go back to work, man. You know, just like the boom in the bus. It's got to go up to come back down. This is part of it. So, hey, what can you say?
Well, all right. So, you got anything else, Mr. Stacy?
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
So this is one of the biggest things, man, I want to bring to the group that I think is beneficial for everybody in here. Everybody gonna be able to see it on their screen here shortly. And I think this right here is a picture of some information that we have available to us at any point in time. And what makes this information so cool is the fact that we don't have to worry about nothing else. You know what I mean? I'm gonna open it up like that, and I'm gonna break it out, and I'm gonna just take it right here by itself. Cause one of the things I found out is I don't think everybody know about the Edgar database. Edgar is a database that I use, and it's free to be able to use. Because what it does is it gives you all the information that you need to know about what companies are doing, what the whales are doing. And you know what I mean? And so this is my favorite, is BlackRock. Now these reports are 30 days late. Okay? But you have the ability to see what these companies are buying without it even hitting the market. Now it's a delayed report, but you have to understand these companies are holding these stocks for an extended period of time. So let's look at Yeti's holding. BlackRock, give me 1 second. BlackRock just bought in to Yeti, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
is that you talking about the cooler, Yeti cooler?
Yeti cooler.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So this is what you call a 13D filing. And so in this filing, you're gonna get all your
There's deposited power.
well, you're gonna get all of the information about how much they own of that stock. So they just bought 6 million shares of the stock. They own 7.6% of the actual stock. This is all information that you can go find on your own on the SEC Edgar database. And when you're on the Edgar database, you can search for any company that you actually want to and see what they're doing. You see what I mean? You can go in and see everything everything they're actually doing, like how much, like who owns what percentage of the company, Go ahead, Stacy.
Yeah, what date does it show the date that they bought the Yeti? Only reason why I'm asking is because I got the trading view chart pulled up, so I just want to see.
So with this filing report, they have to just file it 30 days from when they start. We don't really have a true date when they did it, but they filed this. They filed this with the SEC on the 12th of July. So they could have bought it
30 days, basically.
Go back to like July and see if Yeti moved, and that's how we can determine what they buying. Like you see, while you're looking that up, and everybody can see. You can see all the stuff that they're buying every day. And on the 12th, look how many transactions they bought. They reported. If you can see the screen. On the 12th.
Pan American Silver Corporation. You see that?
Yeah. On the 12th, this is how many stocks this company traded on the 12th where they bought in. Like, this is just one day of reporting.
Yeah.
This is just one day of reporting. This is how much money these people actually buy into and move around and sell.
Wow.
This is one day of just they buying everything all over the board.
I see.
This is just one day of reporting. DHL, DHI, Murphy Oil. They're constantly buying into all these companies. And selling these companies. Go ahead.
You see Yeti?
Yeah, I found it. So the day, if this is hypothetically saying, you saying they would have bought it on June the 12th?
Well, look and see when you started seeing the price, or what we will be looking at. We will be looking for volume. We're gonna try to see volume
on a 30. I'm just thinking 30 days back.
Mm-hmm.
Your report is saying June 12th when they bought, or July 12th?
July 12th. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, they reported it July 12th. So they would have had 30 days from the time that they had started the trades to actually report the trade.
The 21st?
So that'd be May then, right? Wouldn't that be May the 12th?
No, that would be June the 12th. We got June the 12th. We got June the 12th. So they could have started in May. You see what I'm saying?
Because that's when they reported it, right? April, May.
No, they reported it in July.
In June.
They reported it July the 12th.
Oh, okay. So that'd be June the 12th.
Yeah, it'd be June the 12th.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking.
Yeah, this is how I do my research.
I'm looking at possibly June 21st. If I go back to June, because there's a big candle on June. Looks like the.
Now you're gonna see several big candles. They bought 6 million shares.
Yeah, I can see it. There's a couple of big candles in here.
See?
Yeah.
So this
was definitely it was an institutional buy.
Yeah, and that's
on that day.
And so a lot of people hear us talk about institutional buying. Well, this is what I do when I'm looking for stocks. I come look at what they bought, when they bought it, go back and look at the chart it up, and decide if it's a good stock. Because this information, it's 30 days late, but in them 30 days, they're betting on the stock to still go up. They're not betting on it to go down. So when they buy all this stock, they're expecting to make some more money.
But Yeti has been on a steady, it's had its pullbacks, but it's been on it going up ever since then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Yeti chart looks good.
Everything.
But did it start going up in July? I mean, did it start going up in June? So once we start
going up in May.
Right. No, actually, it started on the incline from March, around March the 27th, somewhere around there. Yeti's been on a steady incline, man. Because around March, Yeti was at $14.61.
And it's up big time.
It's up big time. It's right now it's at $96. Yeah. But think about this though. Think about this. Think about if they were playing the return. You know, people traveling again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People buying
out of the house, but
fishing and carrying on and camping and stuff like that. That whole sector is up. The RV, the camping, all that entire sector is up, man.
So it's safe to say every year we can find what we need to put our money in. We can find the next play before it comes because we seeing a cycle of things that happen every year.
Well, in this case right here, I don't think so. Not under the Yeti situation.
Okay.
I would say that. But there are some cycles, we could definitely take a look at. Definitely take a look at. But yeah, that's a nice run up, bro. From March until now.
Oh yeah.
That's 4 months, man. That thing is.
It's happening. It's going up big time.
$96.68 on 14.
And Franco, you're right. Even if it's a 30-day late play on it or whatever, you still would have made money.
Yeah.
Would have made money.
Yeah. Because even from June until now, you would have been up.
Yep.
So by going and looking at some of these filings, you can find good stocks. You can find good plays that you can be on top of, and they may still haven't broken out yet because a lot of these companies are trying to buy in early whenever they get whatever insider information.
I'm thinking when BlackRock buys in them, they gonna break out.
Well, it seems like that, don't it?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
If I tell you about a BlackRock stock, they have a breakout.
Yeah.
Crazy, right? For that stock to go from $14 to $94, how did them people know that?
Just think, man, if you would have made a play, half the people in doggone next play would have been like, man, dude, $14. I know Nicole would have bought like, I don't know how many shares.
2. She'd have bought 2 shares.
2 shares.
Oh, don't do me like that. I would have done more than 2 shares. Don't do me like that. I could have done at least maybe 10.
That's about enough to fill up that BMW.
Yeah, BMW gonna take a lot of gas.
I don't know.
It costs a little bit more than $60. It costs a little bit more than $60.
I'm gonna come to Nicole's safety right here. Yeah, even if you would have bought 10 at $14 and rolled it up to 94, that's still about a $700 play.
Would have made money.
Because if it's at $94 and you was gonna spend, you took $195.
It's at $96, player.
That's what I'm saying. When it was $14, $100.
Oh yeah.
$50 would have racked you up to $940, $960. So if it went from 14 to 94, imagine. It's still a good play if you bought 10.
Oh yeah.
You know, you bought 2, you made enough money to put half a tank in
That's funny. But that's some good information though to have.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to use that one, Franco.
Yeah, I'm gonna post the link right here in the chat real quick. It's called the Edgar database.
Okay.
It's free information, man. Everybody should be able to see it on the screen. It's called the Edgar data, sec.gov/Edgar, EDGAR. And that's when you're going to be able to research, see what these companies are buying because they have to report it. They have to report it, and they have to tell people what they're buying and selling. There's a lot more free resources out there, man, that you don't have to pay people to give you the information.
That's good. That's a good nugget right there, man. That's worth the price of admission this week right there.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get every company has to abide by the SEC rules.
Now, when you go onto this site, it has a search bar, keywords, and so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. How do you find the BlackRock information or any other whale that I might want to look up?
Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna bring it back up and I'm gonna take y'all to the beginning just so I can show y'all what's going on. Because basically, it's like this. Everybody can see it on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
1 second. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna come up here. You can see all of that.
Yeah.
Security and Exchange. So you
Oh,
gonna
it's Ed Gein, not Edgar.
Edgar. Edgar.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm on that site.
We'll come back to the beginning to come back to the first one. This is the Edgar. You see what it says right there? Edgar, Security and Exchange Commission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to click on Edgar full text search.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you would come here. Let's just say we was doing Intel. See how all these companies are coming up now?
Okay, I got you. Intel Corporation, first one.
Now what you want to do, this is pretty late. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to move it up because we only want the recent stuff. You always want to start at the beginning of the year that we're looking at. And we want to pick the first day of the beginning of the year. What you want to really look for, you're looking for, you can pull all this stuff. If people can go through and actually look at what's going on and all the different things. But what you're concerned with are the 13D and F reports.
13E and F.
13D and F reports. So you see, they don't have any insider trading. You see what I'm saying? But here, you see that right there? 13F.
Yeah.
Those are the reports you're looking for because that tells you about ownership. That tells you if they change ownership, if they sold ownership, if they bought ownership, and it tells you the 13F report. It tells you that it's talking about what somebody bought. So in this one right here, you know what I mean? They basically give me 1 second to look over it because this one right here.
Santa Clara holding reports.
So this was an institution. They might have had to do a refile. This might have been something else because all the information ain't here. You will find that sometimes all the information won't be there. Let me see if I can find another one. Okay, let me go back and use BlackRock because BlackRock is a trading form. It's not a stock, but you'll find out because we use BlackRock for institution investment. So they're buying more stocks than anything else. So you're gonna have companies that themselves don't really buy and trade stocks too much. So when you find out about the companies that are actually buying and trading stocks, you can actually see, you know what I mean? See where it says 13G? We already looked at that one. So let's go down to, I'm just going to try to find somewhere else. This is a trust. Let's go to Wix. All right. So in Wix, name of issuer Wix. It tells you that it tells you Wix issued stock.
Common stock.
They bought this one on June 30th. They started buying this on June 30th. But they didn't send the letter off until the 12th of July. You see what I'm saying? So it tells you all the information when they started buying. But that's why I say it's a 30-day window that you can actually go through and look at. All right? So you're going to look at all this stuff. So now it's saying that they own 5 million shares. They got 0 voting power, so that means that was just regular common stock. That wasn't power stock. You see what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah.
So but they own 10% of Wix. So now
10.6, almost 11%.
Yeah. So now when you go over and look at Wix, you find out because when you go and look at Wix on the stock like we do on Yahoo, you can find out if ownership changed. You can go back and look and see if did they buy more, did they buy less, and you're gonna actually find some of that in here as well. You see what I mean? You just got to keep reading through all of it. But they keep filing all these reports. They have to file all these reports. And all the reports are going to give you all the ownership of 5% or less. You know, it's going to explain to you what if you read through it line by line, it'll explain to you if they bought more, sold more, or whatever they got because all the information is given away to you right here. It's not a secret. You know what I mean? And see here, look, all the dates are starting to come together now. You see how they filed it on the 12th?
Yeah.
They stopped buying it on the 10th. You see what I'm saying? Because best of my knowledge, certified information of this statement is true and complete and correct. The lawyer signed off on it on the 10th. They said they had completed their buying. You see what I mean?
Yes,
So
sir.
within 10 days, they bought these certain amount of stock for these 5 million pieces of stock.
Man, that's crazy, man.
Crazy, man.
And
All
When
this.
you look at how many companies they bought
yeah.
and how much trading this company does, it's crazy.
I mean, you look at that. That's one day.
So that's one page.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. They still got the whole other page in one day. Then they filed all these on one day.
Jack.
Hold on, let's
That's
see.
incredible.
Okay, so yeah, it stopped right here. They probably sold shares. Well, that's inside the trading report. Moderna, ooh, wow! Look how they did right here. Bam! That's something to open up. They bought in on Moderna.
How about that?
They bought 1 million shares. They bought 1 million shares of Moderna.
Man, we can follow the whales.
4.8% of Moderna.
Some of the best investors, the most knowledgeable investors, the information is available to us for free. These guys bought Sprouts, Farmers Market. This is crazy.
Bro, you
A lot of information though.
Yeah, it's good information too.
Yeah, so we can actually go, like, you can just be on your phone just like you scrolling through social media, and you can go to the Edgar database and see what, if you hear about a company, finna buy something, like my man Stacey was asking me about Wells Fargo, and I brought this up. I know when Warren Buffett started buying Wells Fargo. I know when Warren Buffett sold Wells Fargo just by using this database.
Wow.
I can take you right to Berkshire Hathaway right now and know when he started buying Wells Fargo. Now, we don't get the information till after he's bought it, but that's not the point is they're buying it to make for it to go up.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to understand, if it's 30 days later and you're checking this on companies and you checking and you 30 days later, yeah, you might have missed the first bump. But they're buying to hold for a period of time for the stock to go up.
Right.
And the media hasn't put out that these people bought these stocks yet.
Exactly.
And so this is how we get in front of the stock before the media gets in front of it. Go do your own research. Go pull up some stuff that you want to see and just check on a company. Like I follow BlackRock all the time. All my stuff come from pretty much me researching what BlackRock doing because they're the biggest fund manager in the world. Why not follow the people with all the money?
That's it. Or join the folks with all the money. Because they had a major pullback a couple of months ago. So if you could have got in, why not run with the best?
Yes, sir.
And so you also get to see there's other reports in there. I mean, I'm not going to talk about all the other reports in here as well. But there's other reports in here that if you go through and read, man, you'll find that these people buying everything. Ooh, they bought FireEye. Oh, they back FireEye. That's another one of my companies I got out of. Hold on. They bought FireEye.
And these guys,
they in everything, bro. God dog.
Well, technically not. I see. I just kind of browse through their reports. And I see they buy a lot of this iShare Trust. Right? I'm gonna pull the chart. What you say, Frank?
That's they trust. That's the iShares.
Yeah.
They figured it out yet. They don't. It's a Vanguard. Trust. I mean a Vanguard ETF, but for some reason BlackRock do a lot of management of it. The iShares
really?
Trust. Yeah. It's a Vanguard ETF line. iShares is I'm gonna bring that up.
Yeah, they bought some Zoom.
You see where it says iShares ETF by BlackRock?
Yeah.
Vanguard is the one that actually like manages the ETF, but BlackGuard is how can I say it? We'll bring it up right here. BlackRock is the one that's creating them, kind of like ARK.
So basically, they're buying back their own shares from the way it sounds.
Well, it's confusing. I haven't figured it all out yet because Vanguard is tied into this too. You see what I mean? And so, but the iShares Trust, these are the trusts that I think we should be looking into, not just the regular ETFs, because he who has the goal has to say so.
Let's go. Follow the whales. Follow the whales, man. This is definitely right here will have you following the money.
Yeah.
You know, and these people are responsible for a lot of people's money, and the companies that they buy in, you know, they've probably done the research on it. You would anticipate a lot of research on these companies before they invest into them.
They do research because they can't afford to lose no money. Rule number one.
Right. Yeah, this is a great tool, man. This is a great tool.
Man, you saw I done got quiet over here. I'm like, shoot, what? Hey.
Yeah, this is a great tool, man. Really good tool. Really good tool.
And like I say, people gonna find companies out there trying to sell you this information on a monthly basis. It's free information. You don't have to pay anybody for this information. The information is there. All you got to do is take the time out and look at it and be able to say, oh, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, this is how I do this and this is how I do that, and everything work out fine. Because you go find some of these stocks that people really want to be able to look at and find out what's going on and get in on something before it is actually to the market or the mainstream media. This is how you got to do it. You want to find some money? Only way to find money is go figure out where the money is. You go to the Edgar database, you find all the money you want.
Another thing I want to just kind of touch on a little bit is the DeFi or the DeFi system.
Oh yeah.
That's another play that we need to start possibly looking into and just kind of tapping into where the investors can start studying DeFi. And how that entire system works. Watch some YouTube videos on it. That and how actually there's a YouTube called 99 Bitcoin that explains what Bitcoin is. It explains what Ethereum is, and this explains what DeFi is. And just from what I was watching and studying, DeFi, well, Bitcoin is like the internet when it first came out. You know, it was just basically used for doing emails. And then when the .com came out, the .com would represent DeFi, which kind of opens up the entire internet where everybody could stream. They could now YouTube and all these websites. And so DeFi is going to be like the platform that's going to allow the transactions to take place with the cryptocurrency. And Ethereum is kind of like a blockchain that runs on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep your eye on that. Some people are expecting a pullback on Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Bitcoin is up right now.
I know. But see, Bitcoin has boomed and bust already 5 times. It went from, I think, from $30. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, from $30 down to like maybe $8 or $9. Then at one time it was like $20 and went down to 32 cents. You know, so And they expect for it to boom and bust a couple of more times.
Yeah.
But that being said, it's definitely something that we want to get involved with and cash out because it's going to go up and down.
Yeah.
But Ethereum and DeFi are definitely some platforms we want to take a look at. Definitely. Some platforms we'll take a look at as far as investing into.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so they actually, I'm gonna try to get. I got to do a little bit more research into it because what's gonna happen is um, the whole thing with miners is coming back. In order for them to deal with this power draw issue and to get see one of the reasons why Bitcoin went down is because there was nobody to mine it and the hash rate went down. So what they did to combat that this time, and this is what's going to push DeFi, this is what's going to push like Metroverse and all these other platforms. They're decentralizing, or they're coming up with ways to actually more people to make miners. They have there was this test that this guy did where he's going to Starbucks with a baby miner, putting it in using Starbucks electricity and free Wi-Fi, putting his stuff on his mining pool, making $10 a day sitting at Starbucks. And it's one of them situations where when I tell y'all, at one point in time, man, me and my friends, we had mining rigs and we was making a lot of money. So if they come out with these miners, it may be beneficial for you to spend $900 to make $10 a day. You see what I mean? Like, but then the only thing, the downside is you got to pay your electricity costs. So,
yeah.
So yeah, you may make $300 a month, but you might have to take $150 of it out to actually pay your electrical costs. You see what I'm saying?
Unless you go green.
Well, you could go green. There's options on that, but I just want to be real about it. I get the information together and I'm gonna present it to everybody and see if they want to buy some. Because if you got $1,800, you can pretty much guarantee you $300, $400 a month in passive income. As Bitcoin goes up, you get paid more.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that's the thing. Now, if you got these people, yeah, they building big, massive rings where they're making thousands and $1,000 a day. $20 a day passive income is better than $0 a day passive income. You ain't doing nothing but let it sit on your internet network and it runs. That's it. It runs. So, I'm gonna get some more information, man, because I gotta find out what we gotta do. Because the guy and what I seen, all we need is some 64 gigabyte USB sticks now. The miners have become so different, and they've like the companies are making miners. Like before, we had these big bulky miners. Well, the new miners, all you got to do is load the software onto the USB stick and then put it inside a USB processor hooked up to a computer and it do all the stuff by itself.
Wow. I wanted to talk about real quick. Months back when we first started, me and Sam used to hold iPay and TPay when we were talking about the currency and everything going digital and so on and so forth. Well, right now TPay is trading at $47, and iPay is trading at $70.21.
Cat dog.
So we should have held on to those stocks. But I hope we were right. I just said that to say we were on the right path when we bought those stocks. On a long play, we would have been up probably about 60% from when we started.
We were on it when it first came in.
Yeah. The company, I think the company was less than a year old.
Yep.
Something like that.
Started.
Yeah, they no, they were young. They came out in the iPay came out in 2015. Let me see. I think T-Pay was only like
one of them was only like a couple years.
Yeah. They didn't have any options or any. Yeah, there was T-Pay, and T-Pay opened up at $26, and now it's at $46.97. So almost 50% up.
So in a year, 50%.
Yeah, almost 50%, man. So we definitely in the right area.
So I think that's what we got to start thinking about and telling the people. You get something, hold it for a little bit longer period of time, and then when it make money, you sell off on it because it's gonna drop again.
What? And that depends on the person's trading strategy too.
Yeah.
A lot of people, just like Sam said, Apple was up, right? And we all of us dabbled in Apple, and we soon forget, man. Apple last year just split at $525 a share.
Yeah.
It split at $5. So now it's like it went all the way down to like 126, 121 $trillion company. Because I remember us doing the evaluations on E-Trade about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I remember I bought before the split, and
you see what I'm saying?
For that reason, because of the split, because I knew eventually it would be worth the same thing, and they're gonna give me more shares and whatnot. I mean, so I was like, I'm gonna buy before the split, so I bought it.
And then, I mean, during the pullback, Apple had some crazy options, like $130 strike prices, $120 prices, to buy option on Apple up until like 2023. So you got 2 years for that stock to hit $126. And it was trading at 5.25 last year.
No,
anything above 126, you making money on an option.
Just make money.
Hey, I got an option right now, man. I'm sitting good in the neighborhood.
Tell us about it, man. Tell us about it. I'm interested in hearing about this option.
That option I'm holding, I'm gonna tell you, I spent nothing for it, and it's for Nokia. I spent nothing for it. I spent $100 on the option to January of this year. I'm right now. My stock is sitting at 620, and I got to get past $7 for everything past $7 for me to make money. I got 4 months left for it to get about 80 cents on it, and so it was $100 option. I mean, I stand a chance. I don't know what it's gonna make in 4 months. As long as it be over $7 by January the 22nd. January 22nd of 2022. I'm all right. I mean, my money don't. If it go crazy and it get to $9-10, I can $500-600 profit just having my money just sitting there for a whole year on the company, and it was a long shot too. I mean, we paid nothing. Nothing. When I say nothing. But the stock was probably like it was literally $100 just to buy the option for a whole 100 shares. So if it make it to 7. It's gonna be a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious event.
Yeah.
Hey, what do y'all think about let's chart some stocks, man. Anybody got any stocks they want to chart? I don't even with this new this new platform. I'm trying to figure out how you even share your screen. But I'm gonna take a look at.
Go down to the bottom at the square with the arrow to go up.
Oh, okay. I think I see it. No. Oh, that one. Okay. Your entire window, a window. Okay. All right. Let's see. Something I hadn't looked at in a New York minute, man. Let me see. Cancel. Is let's take a look at Apple and see what Apple looks like. But
I just was on Apple. Apple is at 145, I think. Yeah.
145.
If I'm not mistaken, it was like 145. Hang on, I got you.
Let's see.
Yeah, 145.86.
Let's see. Apple, boom. Let's take a look and see, man. I can't for some reason bring up the screen though.
You can't share.
Well, I mean, I don't see the screen where I can share it.
Click the
That's
square.
crazy.
Yeah, the new layout is funny.
It should be at the bottom, Stacy.
What I need to do?
You know, like at the bottom where it says like raise your hand, all that type of stuff. It should have options to do more.
Oh, okay. I see what
See
you're
that?
saying.
Yeah, so if you click more, then you should be able to see the option and share the screen.
Oh, it's the little box with the arrow.
Yep.
You see it?
Yeah, I see it, but for some reason, it's not allowing me to.
Share.
It says.
Yeah, I really don't. I don't see the screen, so maybe you can share it, Sam. I don't know.
I'm trying. Let's see. It says. Hold on.
I'm looking up from my phone. Okay, so listen. So when you click, so you're gonna click the 3 dots, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you'll hit share screen. So then you see me sharing?
Yeah.
But I'm okay.
I got you.
Who
Did you
said?
see it?
I was right there. I'm on it.
Yeah, so just make sure when you hit the 3 dots, it's gonna come up, you're gonna see a box and it's gonna say, in-call messages for the chat box. Then the next thing should say share the screen.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you there. Let's see.
Yeah, just click on it. It should allow you to share.
Okay. Let me just try this to see what happens.
Because if you can't, I'll pull up I'll get my laptop. I'm just on my cell phone.
Yeah, no worries. Bam, I got it. I figured out what it did was.
What?
Boom. So I'm in, right?
Yeah, I see gold is at 18.15.
So you see Apple right there.
Oh yeah.
An Apple chart, as we look at it, has been running up. Steady Freddy. And right here was the time to buy. Like we was talking about 123.
Yep.
Right in there, 120. And we was charting Apple back here, and when we was charting it here, the buy-in back then.
That's where Marquis started it.
Yeah, right up in here, man. 120, 123, and they had options for like 130, man, for 2023 back then.
You could.
Here we are here again. We was charting it back in October of last year, and the price then we was charting it was 107, 108. 107, 108. The stock is up like $40.
Mm-hmm.
That was just before the split.
Just basically on those companies like this, man. You gotta if you look back at the history of where it came from,
right?
And it just split and then it dropped down. It's gonna return back there. I mean, it's fighting and it's gonna make a steady climb all the way back up. So and in between, like Stacy was saying, it's gonna have its pullbacks, just like like you said, the Bitcoin has pulled back, then it recovers, pull back. If you're willing to sit and wait on it, you're gonna make your money. So it just depends on how much you have in there, how much of return you're gonna have, and you're gonna get your money back out of it.
Yeah. What's another one?
I don't know, but that's our favorite one right there. TQQQ. What?
Yeah, but this chart is saying 132, which is the price of TQQQ, but the chart doesn't read right for some reason.
Huh?
The price is $132, which it is. But it's showing that the price is like at 86 on the chart.
What is that?
So Yeah, I don't know why. Got a few buyers in the market there. Let's look at Intel. How about that?
Oh, Intel, man.
Let's see what they're doing. Intel.
Intel Corporation down. You got the wrong one, didn't you?
Did I really?
Oh no, it says Intel. Is that it?
Oh, okay. Here you go.
Intel
Yeah,
Corporation, yeah.
This is it. I wish I could see where we charted it at.
We charted it when it was in its 30s, didn't we?
I'm not sure. It's not on here, but it's up and down, boy. Woo-wee.
Yeah.
A lot of volume, a lot of trading.
Mm-hmm. That to me symbolizes uncertainty right now.
Right.
But with the company and the direction it's going and what they're trying to do, like I said, when I bought into it, I know it's going to take at least a year for them to figure all that out. So I look at user return within a year on this.
Yeah, it's a long play.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a long place. Another one, I think Microsoft is coming out with their earnings this week. Oh, it could have been last week.
No, that was last week.
Last week?
Microsoft, they did good.
Let's take a look at them. Same chart.
Look how they went up.
Technology right now is booming, man.
I told you technology went up, which is driving force.
They're booming.
Look at
right now it's $283. And when we was looking at it back in November, the buy-in was $203.
So
we were on track with everything.
Yeah.
On
What's
track.
that, Frank?
$80. We sat there and left on the table.
What you mean? What you mean?
Hey, me and Stacey saying the same thing. Come on.
$80 left on the table, man.
What you talking about, Willis?
When I started, I said it's been a good week. I said the technology sector.
What you talking about, Willis?
Hey, man, that $80 left on the table, cuz. What y'all talking about, man? You know
what you talking about, Willis? Hey, man, look at the buyers in the market.
Hey, man. All
that thing thanking, boy.
Left on the table, man. That
thing thanking.
We gotta go get somebody else money or something, man, and keep putting our money in.
Man. Boy.
Because, I mean, we getting too good and giving away too much. And we've been on track with it.
And look where it came from, bro. If we go where we at, we was at June. What was the pandemic? April 20th? Somewhere up in there.
I'm finna have to get the video edited out so we can prove to these people.
I'm gonna share something with you guys with the move I just made, man. In actuality, I applied for another credit card and I pulled half its value off of it. I've taken the money and tomorrow I'm investing it into like some stocks and I'm gonna see how it goes for maybe 5 months. And I'm using somebody else's money. Basically, that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to invest it in stocks and pay the card back off with the earnings from my investment. But at the same time, I'm not using my money. You see what I'm saying? I'm just going to make money off somebody else's money. It's just one of the tactics I'm trying to see how it's going to work out. But just one of my strategies for this week coming.
You got a certain amount of time where you don't have to pay any interest on that?
Yeah, it's a whole year.
Man. That's great.
Yep. So I got a whole year to basically, just make the minimum payment, make the payment on it. And my plan is to pay back as little as possible until
the 6 months is up to that
year. Yeah. And then I'll just drop it and just go ahead and be done with it. But it's just, I'm trying something, we here at Next Play, we're trying different things behind the scenes. I know. So it's just one of mine.
I think that's a smart play, Sam. Like, I think that's smart. I just, I told y'all last week, I just paid off 3 credit cards. So I'm not really trying to charge.
Yeah, we don't need you to charge.
With you blind buying plane seats and everything.
Yeah, she buying plane seats.
I use cash money to buy tickets.
That whole little scenario sounds like one of them little kids on TikTok when they halfway want to tell the truth. No. Listen.
Ooh, what's that? What was that?
This right here is XLE. It's an energy ETF.
I have them.
And it's on the downtrend, which may be a good time to buy. Well, it's back on the up, you know, but it's been going down. But look, here's where we looked at it.
But I told you all my energy stuff I sold.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all some real,
because it's getting ready to do a pullback, huh?
$28 is where we say buy in at.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell
now it's at $49.39.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Some of the key people that's doing earnings week this week: BP, SunPower, Eli Lilly, the Clorox Company, Nikola, Lyft.
Nikola? Whoa! What you mean, Nikola?
Nikola Corporation doing it.
You know they got him jammed up for fraud.
But they got earnings on Tuesday.
Well, he got the silver bracelets around his legs and his wrists.
I got my money last week, player. I'm out.
You better get out of there. They got him bagged up, boy.
Hey man, I'm looking at going back in. I'm waiting for the dip. Go back in.
Nah, player, you better stay away from Nikola.
I ain't messing with Nikola, but I'm just saying the energy sector.
Oh yeah.
This week is the energy sector's earnings week. Moderna's coming this week. Viacom. You know, I posted a picture in the group if everybody want to really get the list. DraftKings this week.
Yeah, I saw that.
Here, AMC Networks, not AMC Movies. A lot of people, and I'm gonna post them every week. So, because the next couple of weeks you're gonna get earnings, so you know you got to make sure you set your stop losses. Because it's a situation of, you know, you basically you know the market's gonna either move or it's gonna shake. You know what I mean? And we don't want to see too many shakes because it's been shaking a lot more than it's been moving.
Ooh. Yeah. That's your States. That's ARK.
I got ARK, right?
Yeah.
I got ARK.
I didn't get
but I got ARK on a option.
Oh, okay.
Right? It's a 2023 option that I bought. And when you buy options, they got this thing called beta. Make a long story short, I'm catching a beat down right now. Even though the stock is in the uptrend,
yeah.
But because I bought it with the wrong beta, I'm catching a beat right now. But I got time. I got it to 2023 to get out of it. So, okay. But if I would have bought it right, I mean, ARKK, man, it's with this lady named Kathy Woods. You can check her out.
He was on Bloomberg this week.
Yeah, man, she bought a whole lot of Bitcoin. She's heavy on cryptocurrency, and her fund does really well.
Yeah,
you know,
she was just saying she bought a lot.
We didn't chart it,
huh?
I thought we might have charted it, but we didn't. But it's a technology company, and it's done. As you can see, it's done really well.
Yeah,
it's done really well. If you bought them right. I'm just kind of going through our old notes, man. I kept all of our old notes from our Next Play Sundays, just looking at some of the stocks we charted up over the years, and that just kind of popped up.
Well, you know, and I think, man, we got to get somebody. I think we should show those notes. We're gonna put it together. Maybe we can get Miss Nicole to take that information some kind of way. We're gonna go back and find the video that said, well, we should buy in here and we're gonna watch it go up. You see what I mean? And then, you know, people can be like, okay, we said this on this date. Because on Sundays when we get on here and chart these stocks up, we're not charting them up and guessing. I think we established that a long time ago, and I think that's one of the reasons. Like all these different methods, like I do a research method. Sam's gonna do it a different way. Stacey gonna do it another way. He gonna look at fundamentals. You know what I mean? Like everybody is looking at it different ways, and that's why the group economics work, because we all talking about pretty much the same thing, looking at it from different angles.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And that's how you're able to really look at the stock and say, this stock is worth something.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
because all the stuff lined up together, and I think that's the part that a lot of people don't really see.
I think another play that we missed. I don't say we missed, but I'd be curious to see what everybody thinks about. If I can pull it up, Nvidia. If I can pull it up.
Let me see something. While you doing that, let me see about something. Let me see if they have that.
Nvidia?
No. It's something else I'm looking at.
Okay. Man. But Nvidia split. It's a chip. It's a manufacturing company that split. And I can't get it to come up. Nvidia. Yeah. What's the ticker for Nvidia? Anybody know?
The NVDA.
Oh, okay.
NVD. There it is.
There you go. I got it right here. Bam.
NVDA.
This one, they just split from, that's the word on the street. Well, I think they were like 500 and something bucks.
It was.
And they split. And they're a semiconductor manufacturer. We could probably pull all the stats up on E-Trade, but they split, and now they're all the way back to 194 bucks. And I think they may have split around here, bro, when it was around 123.
123.
On October the 20th, man. No, wait a minute. No, that's wrong.
Yeah,
is that right?
No, you got to bring it up. But see, what they do is the charts are not going to.
No, that's not right.
No, what it is the charts are not going to reflect the split. I haven't figured out why the charts don't reflect the split, because you're supposed to see where it's split. But if you notice the data,
yeah,
it looked like it was always that price. I don't know why I do that.
Yeah, it's not right.
Because it dropped off of the it's something to do with the drop of the stock, the price.
Yeah, I looked it up and I can't really explain it to y'all yet. So we were talking about this stock and I was like, why is it at 189? You know what I mean?
It would have been a good spot. It would be if we could have caught it on the split. I think we would have did very well. I know we would have did very well because it was like 500 and something bucks.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
They did that split, and then.
Yeah. What was the split? 4-1 or what?
I think it was 4-1. Yeah, 4-1. Yep. 4 stocks to 1, man.
See, now you know me. I would have went for that all day long. I would have bought a couple stocks and been good.
Man, it's rough. It's rough. But I mean, even now, it's probably they did a 4-1 split. It's a NASDAQ stock. They split on July the 20th is when it split.
Dang.
So the stock was $751 on July the 19th.
But they did
a 4-1 split. So 2, 4, 6. So even at 194, it was $700.
But the key word you said, what was it? A semiconductor company?
Yes, a semiconductor company.
Yeah, man, that junk is gonna be that's gonna go up.
Yeah, they're gonna run, man.
Shortage, man. They say that's gonna
check
last
this out.
For 2 years.
The earnings was 88% in 1 year.
Wow.
Yeah.
88% was the earning. The profit was 33%. The high 52-week high was $835.
Any dividends in that company?
I'm not on that particular site where I can actually see if they pay a dividend.
Got it right there. Can't you scroll down on the other side and see if it's got paying dividends? Come on down now. Scroll, pull your chart down. You don't see dividends. Go dividends. I thought I saw dividends. Go on up somewhere. Nah, it's back down. I thought a little bit more. Come on, come on. Quarters. Dang, I could have sworn I saw something say dividends right there. Oh, right there. Oh no, that's
Oh
dividend.
yeah, it is 0.08%.
Oh,
Yeah.
that ain't that.
So
It's something, but it ain't,
You have
but it's got a lot of potential. I think it's a play. Let's try it real quick. Hold up. Let's chart this, man. Let's chart it. Let's chart it. Let's see what the play is. Let's see what the play at 200. Man, it's in the buy zone. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Oh, it ain't. Not yet. No.
No, it ain't in the buy zone yet.
Oh no.
Yeah, it is in the buy
Yeah,
zone.
yeah, but the data's messed up. So we.
But no.
Oh, that's an old one though. You
Yeah,
said
yeah, the data's messed up.
Yeah, but that's in the buy zone. It's already in
Yeah.
the zero line. It's in the zero
Yeah.
line.
Yeah, but
that's
the
the wrong
data,
chart.
the chart is messed up. The chart, you see what I'm saying? You can't go by this chart.
Yeah. we
So
can find it.
you have to, I don't know, you may have to look at a different chart or something like that. Let's take a quick look at Airbnb. Remember we looked at that?
Yeah.
Airbnb, remember it IPO'd.
A while back. Yep.
Yeah, no data. Don't have no data on that.
Yeah, something wrong with them charts.
Yeah, either something that or my subscription expired or something.
It ain't yours. Everybody, mine like that too.
Oh, yours look the same way?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
It might be something going on with TraderView.
It could be. But yeah, I got Dick's Sporting Goods here. Who's coming back, out of the pandemic.
Because I got Southern. Last one I had charted was Southern Company, and that's why I got out of it. Yeah, it had like too many days of it going up. I'm like, nah, I ain't taking that loss.
What about Tesla, man? We always chart
Tesla's at 5 something, wouldn't it? At 6,
No, Tesla's in the 6, I think.
it's 687.20.
Yeah.
But they on a pullback though. They on a downward trend, pullbacks, and they just like going down right now. That's what it looks like on mine.
Yeah. I mean, the chart looks good. Steady climb.
So you got a climb. I got a decline on. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up.
Small pullback.
Never mind. I was at the wrong part of mine.
I know when we was looking at Tesla, the buy was at 523. Was around, I guess, around this time when it pulled back. Was around 523, which it never hit.
We bought back into some Tesla. Bought some more Tesla back in when it was lower. It was lower than that.
I think it was around. No, but something's wrong with the chart, bro. Trading View, because this got me in December 20th. So it's not working right. It's not working right. So
We'll get it fixed and then we're gonna come back
well, all right.
and figure out what's going on.
So with the
Tomorrow, man.
Franco, appreciate that. I think I'm gonna make more money with the egg.
Go in there and look at Edgar.
Shoot, boy.
What y'all buying in on next week? What y'all buying, man?
I already know what I'm doing.
What's that?
I'm using the money from the card.
Oh yeah. What you buying though?
I'm buying the wholesale company, man. My real estate wholesale company again.
Oh, you in UNCW?
Yeah. I like them, man. And actually their overall, what is it? Company value went up. They're worth like 11 point something billion now. Well, before they came in at 7. Now they're
up to 11.
Yep.
That's good. That's good. I did see on the news where they were talking about foreclosures.
Yep. That's why I'm going ahead. I'm sort of like getting ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get in my position. For that low price they got right now, I'm getting my position. I'm just gonna wait for it to run up. I can hold it for a year or so. I don't care.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the news is broadcasting the foreclosures. The banks are cutting credit lines. It's gonna be time.
I saw that, Stacey, what you posted about. What was it, Wells Fargo?
Yeah, Wells Fargo.
With the personal loans.
Was you on the phone in your car or was you talking to somebody else?
Is he talking to you?
Nicole?
I don't know. Huh?
Oh, he
Was,
talking to
was
Nicole.
you on the phone while you were driving? You weren't listening to us while you were driving. You just had her watching you drive.
I was listening to you all. I was
You were talking to somebody in that BMW, wasn't you? Y'all riding out on the sun. Y'all outside, huh?
I was
I know y'all outside. Okay. Y'all outside.
I
Y'all
was
out there.
listening.
What were you saying,
Listen, y'all,
Mo?
I was at the COVID concert. I was at the COVID concert on Wednesday, and I was like, let me go take a COVID test.
You was at the COVID concert. Wait a minute.
Goody
Huh?
Mob is my favorite group.
How you was at a COVID
No, I went to
concert?
go see.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. These folks have a concert and call it COVID and then ask everybody to get a vaccination. Man, come on, man. No, I ain't, man. Come on now.
Hey, believe it or not, I had a
That's what the news had said. It was the COVID concert. All the people came to see Goody Mob.
well, I had an employee test positive for the Delta variant.
Who BJ?
Yep.
Really?
Well,
How you doing?
What?
I don't know, but I went ahead and paid him for the week. But I'm like, cause he did catch it, contracted it when he was working.
Really?
Just to stay on the safe
Oh,
side,
wow.
I went ahead on and just say, hey, I paid him for that week.
You don't know how you doing though?
He said, man, believe it or not, he said, this thing is so contagious. He was around now. He was true enough, he's supposed to be in this condo by himself. But the person that closed on the house came over while he was there. And she had the COVID, the Delta variants.
She didn't know?
Oh, wow.
She knew. She knew. Even the builder said she knew, but it was her house. She had closed on it.
Wow.
So you can't tell her not to go in her own place.
Well, I'm just saying though, man.
It don't matter. And I had just spoken to DJ and I told him, make sure you wear your mask and have it. But he was in there with no mask or nothing. He didn't have any mask. And he said, now he only had 5 pieces of glass to change out. He did 3 before he got a severe headache and had to come home. 3 pieces of glass.
Oh, wow.
And then I had to go back out there Friday and finish it up. He didn't even call me Thursday because he said he couldn't even open his eyes. The headaches were so bad. He said he went to the doctor. They said he had Delta. Huh?
When you went back out there, were you able to sanitize or?
Oh, I didn't go back in there. Are you crazy?
Oh.
I want to thank everybody for joining us on Next Play Investors. Tonight's show is all about what we do. We sit down, we strategize, plan. Go check out the Edgar database, actually join the group so you can actually get more insight on what we're talking about, what's going on in investments, cryptocurrency, stock market, whatever else we're trying to figure out the next play. Catch us here every Sunday at 7:30, and we're always here trying to figure out what's the next play. So, we definitely invited you out. We want to thank you for coming out with us, sitting, spending some time. If you're watching the replay, definitely, we're sorry with some of the technical difficulties that we actually had this week. Production is getting better. Also, we want to put it out there to everybody. If you want to join the Next Play team, if you want to be a part of the vision, just send us an email. We're looking to hire other people that want to be able to get involved so we can actually continue to grow the Next Play team as far as producers, as far as graphic designers, everything else. We're moving to continue to create a platform that allows for us to be able to meet, talk, greet, and do everything else. And it's not about money. It's about being able to enact community-based sponsorship by us. So we definitely want to get everybody involved, get everybody on the same page, and be able to make sure that everybody is thinking about the same thing about trying to make sure we are doing what we're supposed to do in the community and everything else. We want to thank you again for joining us on Next Play Investors. We definitely want to be happy and see y'all next week. And I definitely want to make sure we definitely are doing everything we possibly can. Until the next time, we want to say to everybody else, thank you for everything you're doing. See what's and catch us this week. So we talking about what's the next play.